Okay, this is kind of rare for me, but I cannot find anything wrong with this pull down ladder installation, so that's good. I like to say good things. Let me come up here while we're at the good part. What I'm noticing here, okay, is this attic has palm bracing right here. See this palm bracing? Now, the code, a lot of home inspectors get excited about palm bracing. Palm bracing, palm bracing. Alright, but the code is silent about palm bracing. You can't find it. If I could find palm bracing in the code, then, you know, I'd be glad to be talking about it. I mean, I'm talking about it now. Alright, but that's a common method used by production builders so that they don't have to measure so good. They can throw it up, they can get it up there, they can hammer those into place. Everything's in place, and then they start tying in with the collar beams, and they can start tying in with the purlins and things like that. And then a lot of people say, well, what about uplift? Because they're talking about, you know, they're all of a sudden everybody's an engineer, right? So they start talking about, oh, what about the uplift? Well, that's taken care of where all your rafters are tied into the headers, and that's the way that works. So palm bracing's not. I choose to educate my client about that, because you might be, you know, selling the house sometime. And there'll be another home inspector in here saying all the palm bracing. So what we've got is insulated sheathing, insulated decking, radiant barrier insulated decking. The framing seems to be pretty decent, I gotta say. I'm trying to find, and I don't have a lot of room up here. This is one of the, right here, this decking, I'm looking at the northeast corner of the house, excuse me. That's where some of the worst roof covering is. So we're looking for how is it like that? And there's a couple, you know, that's a symptom. And a lot of times it's the underlayment's loose, but it's so dimensional, I'm having trouble imagining that. And a lot of times I say, well, what it is the decking is too tight. And they have installed clips. You can see the clips right here. So they have installed clips. Well, we put clips on it. Well, the clips are a guideline. I mean, you can still see this one over here. All right, he's got a clip. You see the gap between the decking? See that one over there? He's got a clip. See the gap between the decking? Even though this one has a clip, we don't have, and the gaps keep the ridges from happening. The gaps keep the ridges from happening. So even though we've got clips, it still looks like they just jam that in there pretty tight. And now, as it heats and cools and expands and contracts, these ridges are telegraphing through the shingles. And the only besides that, and this one's not popular, but it's a popular one of mine, is that the roof covering underlayment is loose. But I don't see it looking so dimensionally uniform, so checkerboard, so chessboard. You know, I'm going back to the decking as being an issue rather than the underlayment. It might be some combination of both of them. But that goes to the attic. Okay, to the roof covering. Now for the attic, we've got passive box vents, and we've got continuous soffit vents. So I imagine I'm going to see continuous soffit holes on the exterior. I don't imagine they give you extra. You can't have too many soffit baffles, but you know, it's usually continuous soffit vents give you continuous soffit baffles, and but anyway, there's that. So that's about all I can say at this point. I'll just